The NFL suspends 3 more players indefinitely for betting on games.
You want to talk about conflicts of interest affecting the integrity of the game? We're looking at it from a player standpoint, but to me, that's the micro of it all. Think about the macro with the NFL having relationships with these sports gambling entities.
The NFL can laugh all the way to the bank, yet if one of their players bets $20, he's suspended for a year. If you don't see something hypocritical in that, I'm not too sure who you are. Practice what you preach.
The NFL suspended 4 more players on Thursday for gambling. Isaiah Rodgers of the Indianapolis Colts, we had known about his name, but a couple new ones surfacing. Rashod Berry of the Indianapolis Colts, free agent Demetrius Taylor also suspended indefinitely. In addition, Tennessee Titans offensive tackle Nicholas Petit-Frere was suspended 6 games for betting on other sports inside the workplace.
If you've been following this NFL gambling drama, you got to think to yourself, this is kind of hypocritical. Roger Goodell's office is handing out suspensions like they're handing out candy for players who did some gambling on NFL. Yet at the same time, some of the biggest money coming into the NFL is from gambling. They've decided to put a franchise in Las Vegas. They put one of the biggest sports books is in Las Vegas. You're sponsored by DraftKings. You're sponsored by FanDuel and Wynn Resorts, and all kinds of gambling businesses are sitting in bed with Roger Goodell and the NFL. But if you're a player and you make a mistake, or not even make a mistake, you say, hey, listen, can I bet $20 on the Miami Heat? Can I bet $100 over here on the Boston Red Sox? Oh, no, we're going to suspend you because of the integrity of the game. Meanwhile, it's okay for Roger Goodell to get millions and millions of dollars. It makes no sense whatsoever to me. I wonder if it makes sense to you. But listen to this video in terms of how they're explaining or trying to explain away what they're doing.
Hey, the NFL held a conference call with media to explain their gambling policy, and for good reason. At least 7 players and an assistant coach have been suspended for improper betting since 2018, and Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers is currently being investigated for reportedly betting on Colts games through an associate.
Now, we have to agree that's kind of stupid. I mean, betting on your own team, yeah, that's kind of dumb. They're going to definitely ding you for that one. I don't know what the hell you were thinking betting on your own team. We love the support. We love that you're standing behind your team and you're willing to gamble away, you know, your money based upon the team success. I hope you didn't take the under. But in any event, you bet on your own team. I don't have any patience for that.
David Purdom is tracking the Isaiah Rodgers story for ESPN.
Sometimes I'm a little dumbfounded that we even need to push so much education about this. You know, in your heart, in your brain, you probably know that it's not appropriate to be betting on a game that you have direct impact on. I think
I got to agree with that one. So, you know, if you're betting on the Miami Heat, if you're betting on, you know, like I said, the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees or something, that's one thing. But you're betting on your own team. Somebody actually has to tell you not to do that. That's pretty stupid.
they are worried about the extra scrutiny they're receiving, and their policy is receiving during all these uptick in gambling cases.
The league detailed 6 main rules for players.
Okay, you're going to love these. These rules are just absolutely insane.
Don't bet on the NFL.
Don't bet on the NFL, period. Don't have someone else place a bet for you. Why? So if I have my buddy, hey, listen, go ahead and put $20 down on today's game. I can't do that either.
Don't have someone place a bet for you. Don't gamble when you're with the team.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Don't do it while you're in a team, at the stadium, in the locker room. I can agree on that, sure. While traveling for a road game or staying at a team hotel. I don't understand that last part. If I'm in a hotel and I want to place a bet, especially if I'm playing the Las Vegas Raiders and I'm there for, 3 or 4 days, I can't walk into the sports book because we're staying in a hotel that happens to have a sports book. A legal activity. I'm not breaking the law, but if I do so, I can, open myself up for suspension.
Don't share team inside information. Don't enter a sports book during the NFL playing season.
So you're having a game in Las Vegas. You're there for 3 or 4 days. You're out there just hanging out, and you can't even go in the sports book. What if I just want to see the different games that are going on? What if I want to look at some college games? I'm there on a Saturday. We play tomorrow on a Sunday, but it's Saturday, and right now I want to see what Texas is doing. I want to see what Notre Dame is doing. I want to see the different games. There's 30 TVs, giant TVs inside one of these Las Vegas sports books. I can't even go in there. I'm forbid based upon the law of the NFL, the law according to Roger Goodell. I can't even go into a sports book. Why? Oh, because somebody might see me in here and may think I'm betting on tomorrow's game, or somebody may approach me for some inside information. I'm a grown-ass man. I know what I can do and what I can't do, but you're telling me I can't even go in there and have a drink or have a sandwich. That's absurd.
And don't play daily fantasy football.
What? I can't play fantasy football either. So these rules right here, those rules that you see on the screen right now, can get you suspended in the NFL. Now, I understand we've been talking about the Tyreek thing for quite a while now, and you're playing this game as a privilege, and you have to accept those rules. I understand that. Those are the rules that come along with being an NFL player. Nothing I can do about that. I'm just saying these rules are stupid. But I understand my privilege of playing this game, my privilege of making millions playing a game that I played in high school for free, is that I just don't do these 6 things. So if I want to continue playing in the NFL, I have to accept your hypocrisy for now.
The inside information, that is going to me, be one of the bigger issues moving forward with this. So many people have information on injuries and suspensions before the general public does. And you'll often see point spreads move.
Yeah, that's true. You'll know who's not going through treatment and who's hurt and who may not play. That is some inside information that you don't want getting out
before the news hits the mainstream media. So there is information that comes out before it hits the general public, and how that information is used, I think, is going to be very, very important as they move forward.
One distinction of note discussed on the call: players are allowed to bet on non-NFL sports as long as they're following the other rules, whereas no other league or team person.
Okay, listen to what she said. So I play for the Raiders. I can bet on the Boston Red Sox as long as I don't ask someone else to do it for me, as long as I don't enter a sports book. How am I supposed to put the bet? Oh, online. I can go online and do it. But if I'm at a hotel, does that cause a problem? It's just too many gray areas here. And I understand what you're saying. I understand what the league is saying. It's basically they're saying, don't gamble at all. We don't want you guys involved in gambling. We don't want you guys getting in debt. We don't want any of it, period. And if you're an NFL player, you sign that contract to uphold the personal conduct policy, then you're stuck. Don't gamble.
Now, such as coaches or referees, are allowed to bet on any sports. Now, the NFL
Seriously? Seriously? It's just the players? Why is that? Again, I understand that it's the NFL's rules and you have to do what the NFL wants you to. My position is just, this is pretty stupid and hypocritical.
believes this puts them in line with other large professional leagues as they all navigate legalized sports gambling.
Okay, so that's what the rules are. The rules is that we don't want you guys gambling, period. We're going to make it as difficult as possible for you guys to place bets. We don't want you gambling whatsoever. That's the league rules. The players all know it. So all these suspensions that have just happened, everybody knew it. Everybody knew the rules of conduct that they are expected to uphold. Do I agree with them? Absolutely not. I do not agree that the NFL is taking money from places like FanDuel and DraftKings, but telling the guys they're not able to gamble. But at the same time, I know if I have a job with a company, I know if I have a contract with a client, and either one of those has an agreement that I have to sign, and it says, Barry, you cannot do X, Y, and Z. if you do X, Y, and Z, we'll either fire you or terminate your contract or basically just kick you out the door because we don't want to deal with somebody who does X, Y, and Z. I understand that you sign a contract that says you have to uphold the PCP, which is the personal conduct policy. I have no problem with that. The NFL is basically enforcing their no gambling policy, and there's nothing a player can do about it. My only gripe with this, as I've said, is I believe it's extremely hypocritical and that it makes no sense that Roger Goodell can line his pockets, that team owners can line their pockets. Everybody can get some except for the players. That's BS. But it is the way it is. So let me know what you think about the NFL's gambling policy and the way they're enforcing that policy on these players. Talk to you soon.